4 of the 4-part series on React Redux Saga setup. So this particular tutorial or video will be covering the implementation of Redux Saga with our React.js and Redux application. So probably I'll tell you about the first, second, and third part. In the first part, we have covered the class-based and functional component. In part 2, we have covered the class-based life cycles and how we can replicate them in functional-based component using hooks. Part 3, we have implemented Redux in our React application and also called some action from the component and connected the component with the store. So that was till part 3. If you are confused among any of these topic, I'll recommend you can either go to any of the tutorial. At the bottom of tutorial, somewhere near here, you'll get the video tutorial link of that particular part, so that will be easier for you to navigate and understand. So moving forward with this particular part, what we will be doing is we are basically setting up the Redux Saga. So we'll get started with that. All the code written tutorial is this specific part 4. So this one is the current one, and here you can find all the code which, if you in case you want to copy it, you'll get it here. Plus I have pushed the code on the GitHub repo, the link of which you will be getting somewhere down here. So I'll update it in a while because I've just pushed the code, and once I'm done with this particular video, I'll be posting that as well. So I think we are good with that part as well. Now moving forward with the Redux Saga setup. So Redux Saga is basically a setup in which we sort of call our Saga function that are generally generator functions, and we sort of call our API call and makes other calls like Axios call or any call which we want to, any business logic. Maybe if suppose we want to put, we can put it here, and from here we normally dispatch an action which is finally cached by our reducer to update the global store. So we'll start with first file, that is store.js. In the store.js, you can see we have to firstly, before starting, we have to just install Redux Saga, which will install the Redux Saga module in our node modules, and we have imported the create Saga middleware from Redux Saga, as in the middleware from it, and I've called this particular function in which I have created the middleware. I have run the middleware and I have passed that middleware in the create store method. This will initiate our Saga, and in Saga we have to provide a set of functions which we have written in this my Saga file. And if you jump to this my Saga file inside the Sagas folder, here I have created a single file, but if suppose your application is big, you need to segregate the logic, so you can create sub files inside this Sagas folder. I've just created the folder just to show you how you can further distribute it. So inside the Saga folder, you can create the sub some file, and there you can write the custom logic based upon your specific part of the code. Okay, so here I've done nothing very fancy. I've just imported few of the method like call, put, take every, and take latest. So here I've used these two only, put and take latest, but you can use other as well. So here in this function, if I'll talk about this main function, that is my Saga function, in which I have used the take latest. So take latest is whenever there is action dispatch, suppose there is specific action which you have written in your action creator file. There, whenever you are initiating or dispatching any action from your component, and if let's suppose you dispatch that action maybe 5-6 times, so take latest will take the last value or the last action and its payload, and it will ignore the prior to that one. Okay, so if you'll put it take every, in that case it will catch all the action and call this particular function which you have written here on every dispatch. So that is a basic difference between these two, and there are other method as well which you can use. So you can maybe read more about them in the Redux Saga npm package or library. Now what I've done in this function is this: I've just dispatched another another action which I have just created a update title from Saga variable that is inside the type, so that whenever this particular thing matches in the reducer, it will update the payload. So in this payload I've just added a dash Saga just to show you that this thing is happening through Saga. Now obviously we need to dispatch this particular thing from the our component. So in our component we don't directly call the Saga like the Saga take every function. We sort of create a dispatcher function that is here. Like if you will see, I have used this update title dispatcher function, and if we'll go to the update title, here I have just created like dispatch this particular action, right? Inside this I put this title, like the type as update title, right? Now whenever this particular type is dispatched, it will be like to always the Saga would be always listening this particular case, and whenever it finds that particular case, it will call the function, right? From this function it will call another action dispatcher, that is update title from Saga. From here, if in case suppose you move to your reducer function, if you have put this case in your reducer, then it will fulfill that particular case and it will update the title, right? So one mistake which you should generally avoid is, from here don't use the same constant. Like suppose you have dispatched the update title here, and then again in our Saga function you dispatch the update title from here as well. So it will be sort of a loop which will be created. So it will dispatch from here and then it will sort of keep on going, right? So you should avoid this. You should have a different name in both the cases. So this is the basic setup of Redux Saga application. You need to create the store. First step is to create the store. Then you have to create your Saga file in which you will be expecting some variable. Based on that you will be calling this function. And from where did we get this particular variable is from our action, that is here. And wherever we want to call that Saga function, we can simply dispatch this action from our component, and that is done, and our Saga started working. So if I'll maybe start this program, I'll do a npm start just to start my program. And here if I'll do localhost 3000, so see it is happening. This is from class based component. So I have added this /sagas, so it is showing you. If I'll go back to our Saga file, here I've added this Saga -Saga. So that means that this particular thing we are getting from our Saga, like Saga is updating this particular value. Okay, so you can see one more thing, that we are using a generator function. So inside the generator function there is this special keyword, that is yield, that is sort of used for returning the value, and we have to put a asterisk sign after the function name, after the function key word, which showcase that this is a generator function, and you can use yield method inside it. This is something about Saga. That's how you can implement a basic Saga in your application. If you want to maybe learn about it more, you can maybe read more in the Redux Saga application. If there is any specific topic which is bothering you, you can definitely tell me. I'll sort of research and will try to make another video for that particular topic, right? So there is another method that generally we use is Redux thunk. In Redux thunk, we sort of create a async action, less like this normal action, in which we dispatch our action from there itself. Suppose we make an Ajax call, and from Ajax call we get some data, like we have to update that particular data in our global store. For that you can sort of do the main things directly from the action creator, like your async actions, and that's how it is sort of somehow different from the Redux Saga implementation. Although the concept is almost similar, but that's how it differs amongst them, right? So that's all for Redux Saga. I hope you got a brief idea about how you can set up Redux Saga in your application. So that's all for this particular series, part like 4-part series. If you are still confused about any specific topic, do let me know. You can add anything like that particular doubt in the comment of this particular video, and I will try to help as soon as possible. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.